morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Miao Tea Bakes. Today we will be learning how to make the Walnut Financier Tart. The ingredients that we will be using are 112 grams of plain flour, 56 grams of salted butter, 22 grams of icing sugar, and 1 egg yolk. First, I will start by sifting the plain flour and icing sugar into a mixing bowl. We have to sieve these two ingredients to prevent lumps in the mixture. So we will first sieve into the mixing bowl. As you can see, there are big lumps of icing sugar, so this step is essential. You can use your fingers to press the lumps to push them through the sieve. Okay, now that this step is done, I will just roughly combine the ingredients using my paddle attachment. Then I will add in the cubes of cold butter into the mixture. Please note that the butter must be cold and just out of the fridge, and not at room temperature. This is to ensure that the crust is flaky. First, we will start from low speed to prevent the flour from coming out from the sides of the mixing bowl. Start from low speed. We want to mix until it is a crumbly and sandy texture. Okay, now I will slowly increase the speed to speed 2. Remember that we have to use butter that is straight out of the fridge so that it is hard and cold. If you use room temperature butter, the mixture will not be as flaky and crumbly. Gradually, I increase the speed to speed 4 now. Now speed 2. As you can see, the mixture now is very sandy-like. Can check. It's like sand. Okay, at this stage, the butter is distributed evenly in the flour. Now we can add in the egg yolk. Now that I have added in the egg yolk, I will continue mixing at low speed, speed 1. So just keep the mixer going until it forms a dough. to use low speed and not high speed to prevent gluten from forming in the tart mold. This will ensure a crumbly and flaky tart crust. You can stop the mixer and use the paddle attachment to scrape the sides of the bowl.
Yeah.
And also the bottom of the mixing bowl before continuing mixing because it hasn't come into a dough yet. So we can just continue mixing. At low speed. Speed 1. Now I will increase the speed to. Okay, we can stop mixing bowl. Combine everything together with your hands to form into a dough ball. Combine them into a dough ball, and our tart crust is done. Next, we will mold them into the small tart molds. This is the tart mold that we will be using today, and I will be demonstrating how to mold the tart dough into this tart tin. So I have wrapped cling film over this wooden plunger to help us with the molding process. So first, we will roughly take a small portion of dough and then put it into this small tart tin around this portion. After that, using this side, of the wooden plunger, then you can press into the tart tin in the middle and also rotate it as you push the wooden plunger into the tart tin. So as you press, you can rotate around the sides slightly. But make sure not to press too much into the tart tin. If it's too thin, the tart shell will break apart. After that, to trim off the excess, I will use a sharp knife to just cut the sides like this, so you can have a tart line into the mold. If you find that one side is a bit thicker than the other side, you can use this wooden plunger to just adjust slightly. The parts that are thicker, you can try to make it thinner. Then you have a tart shell that is lined. As you can see, the sides are a bit thin right now, so you can just put some more dough into the tart tin and continue to use this using the same motion. Push it in and then turn clockwise once, push it in, then turn clockwise, okay? And then we will do as per normal, trim the sides. Remember that the knife is at an angle. Okay, now it's still too thick. You can check the thickness using the tip of the knife if it's still too thick and the sides are too thick, as you can see. Continue as per what you did just now. Press in more and also rotate a few more times to the sides of the tin, and then cut away the excess at this angle. But it's too thin now. On the bottom you can see the tart tin already, so we just add a bit more dough. This takes a bit of practice, so be patient and just repeat the process and you will get it eventually. So roughly around this thickness is good. Okay. We have finished lining the tart tins. I will use the tip of the knife to poke around 3 to 4 holes on the bottom so that the hot air can escape later and the middle of the tart will not puff up. This is for air circulation during the baking process. So using the tip of the knife, I will just poke around 4 holes on the bottom. Make sure that you pierce through the tart dough all the way to the bottom of the tart tin and not halfway through. This process is for hot air to escape during the baking process later. Okay? Now I will keep the tart shells in the fridge while I preheat the oven to 150 degrees Celsius, where we will bake for around 25 minutes. Now I'm going to put the tart shells into the oven to bake at 150 degrees Celsius for around 25 minutes. Next, we will be making the Walnut Financier. The ingredients that we will need are 1 egg white, chopped walnuts, 20 grams, icing sugar 20 grams, plain flour 10 grams, and butter, which we will make into beurre noisette 30 grams, salted butter. Okay, first we will sieve the icing sugar and flour into the mixing bowl. To prevent lumps. Next, I will add in the chopped walnuts. Using the whisk, combine the ingredients together. After that, I will add in the egg white. whisking the ingredients together. Until everything is homogeneous and smooth. Next, we will prepare the brown butter beurre noisette using the pan. Alright, 25 minutes is up. Now we will remove the pre-baked hard shells out of the oven to cool slightly before removing them from the tart tins. Remove the tarts from the tart tins while they are still warm. You can use a pair of tongs to help you as it's very hot. Or you can wait until they are a bit cooled down before removing them from the tart tins. Now we will be making brown butter beurre noisette in French. We will start by heating the butter in a small pan over medium flame until it's caramelized. You have to watch over this in case it burns. First, the butter will start melting. Slowly. Be careful as the butter may splash onto the sides because of the water content. Continue heating. Now you can see that there are many bubbles and the butter is foaming up. It's almost ready. You can swirl the pan around and you can see the milk solids on the bottom starting to turn a light brown. But we can continue for a bit longer. Okay, now I can switch off the flame. And when it's ready, you can smell a delicious nutty smell compared to before. So now it's ready. Remove it to the side to stop it from continuing further. So the brown butter is done. And we can add it to the mixture that we prepared earlier. I will add it little by little to the mixture that we prepared earlier. Add it a little at a time because the butter is very hot. Brown milk solids on the bottom, and we have to add this into the mixture as well, as the fragrance is from all these caramelized milk solids. So don't throw that away, as they add a lot of fragrance. So I add all these brown bits into the mixture. This is the same when you are making madeleines as well, as madeleines also use brown butter beurre noisette. So remember to always add in the brown milk solids, as they add a lot of flavor. Okay. Continue mixing the butter into the mixture. It smells very nice, like honey. Okay, remember to scrape the sides to make sure everything is evenly combined. Then we can spoon this Walnut Financier mixture into our pre-baked tartines. Now that the tart shells are pre-baked, I will add the Walnut Financier mixture into the tarts using a spoon. Using a spoon, I just scoop some of the walnuts and the Financier mixture into the tart. The reason I don't use a piping bag is because there are large chunks of walnuts, so it's easier using a spoon. And then we can garnish with some chopped walnuts on top. Sprinkle some chopped walnuts on top as garnish. Now that we have garnished the walnuts on top of the tarts, we can put it into the preheated oven at 150 degrees Celsius to bake for another 25 minutes.